Good evening, CFT Nation. We are back with episode 7, another episode of your CFT Live. I'm here with my co-host, Wendy Lockman. Wendy, it's going to be a great day. Are you ready for the show?
I am really ready for this show. Consulting the Cure.
Consulting the Cure, strange title.
It is strange.
So why don't we talk about that title a little bit?
Okay.
So Consulting the Cure is definitely different. It has a word in there, consulting, so that kind of gives it away a little bit. The cure also gives it away. I wish I had a bigger vocabulary, though. As we started working through this, panacea, I didn't know what it meant. Did you know what it means?
I'm an English teacher, and I'm embarrassed to say it's one of the words that I didn't know what it meant either.
My friend Mike Day knew what it meant, though.
Of course, Mike Day knew.
He did. So panacea, as you can see there, a solution or remedy for all difficulties or diseases. Okay. So consulting the cure, panacea. So it all ties together because this show is about a consulting firm, the Panacea Consulting Firm.
They're going to be an elixir for the problems of the district.
They're going to solve everything that McCall can't fix.
Okay.
All right. So
I hope so.
Well, we'll see. I don't think that's the case, but I think he likes to throw money at problems that he can't fix himself.
Yeah.
All right. So consulting the cure. They hired a consulting firm that is supposed to do a number of things. So let's take a look at the web page of the consulting firm, just real quick to give people an idea. So this is the web page of the firm, the Panacea Consulting Firm. They do a lot of different things. We're going to look at services real quick to see what they do. First thing is
culture and climate support, which is a big buzzword in our district.
Right, culture and climate. How is the culture and climate in your district?
It is rotten.
Yeah, terrible. I wonder how this firm is going to address. I mean, I have some ideas. They could probably save a lot of money if they just listen to me, but let's see, what else do they do? Compliance interventions and program developments. Well, that's a big one.
Chronic absenteeism interventions.
Right.
Do you think they mean for us?
Well, could be for you, could be for students. I don't know.
Okay.
Coaching, mentoring, and tutor assistance. Interesting. Teacher development, different things.
But there. we already have mentoring. We already have tutoring. We already have coaching.
Yeah, I mean, but you also have attendance folks and I don't know. You have family engagement piece. I think you have a title that deals with parent coordinator kind of things that I guess we'll talk about in a little bit.
We also have Katie Monroe's job. I can't remember what workplace experience manager.
I wonder what that is.
We will never know.
Okay, well, Kevin, let's get out of this. You don't know how to get out of this? Okay, let's, how about escape? No. Interesting. There we go. All right. Should have practiced that maybe. All right, so now we've seen their website. What we should probably do next is take a look at their contract. What do you think?
It's pretty lengthy.
Yeah, we're not going to go through the whole thing. We're just going to talk through a little bit of it, though. So standard contract, a lot of this stuff is normal legal terms that are used when an outside business engages in business with a school district. But we want to focus on the first couple of pages. So for instance, the agreement aims to establish a framework of collaboration and coaching to assist with reducing chronic absenteeism and culture climate gaps district-wide.
And for people who work in Cahokia, some of you are going to recognize some of this because you are maybe being asked to serve on an attendance team with someone named Dr. Williams.
Yep.
And this is that firm.
Okay, so they list in the contract a scope of services, and we're going to go through this real quick. But so the first bullet is chronic absenteeism coaching, district-wide and for each school. Some of the overall objectives, build a trusting and positive relationship with stakeholders.
Goodness.
I wonder what it would take for McCall to build a trusting and positive work relationship with stakeholders.
I would say a contract would be a good start.
That would probably take care of a lot of things. Assemble attendance teams. You talked about that a little bit. Let's talk about some of the issues that we dealt with attendance teams already.
So, and there's been multiple. Secretaries were being asked, and maybe still are being asked, to attend meetings, and they last about an hour. They begin 30 minutes before the end of their workday, and they were just kind of being after by a half hour. They also get told if you stay after without somebody like signing off, you could be disciplined for that. That if overtime isn't approved,
right?
You know, they'll pay you for it, but you're going to be written up. So we had to like do some stuff to figure that out.
So yeah, we had to work with
Right.
we had to tell the district this was happening because the people in the room that we negotiate with didn't know it was happening. And we kind of got it fixed, hopefully. But
Hopefully.
we never have anything fixed there. It seems to just continue to go on and on.
They're also sort of forcing teachers, not forcing, but people feel obligated to be on this team, and it's strictly no pay, volunteer for teachers.
Right.
There's also a lot of forms and things that they're being asked to fill out. So the secretarial group has had real concerns about the things that they have to do for this.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on to the second piece, culture, climate, coaching. You want to take a couple of these bullets and talk through them?
So it's more of the same, but building a trusting and positive relationship, analyzing current climate data.
I wonder how they're going to do that, and have they done that? Because from what I hear in talking to our members, the culture and climate is in the tank.
Mm-hmm.
So if this consultant is actually doing her job, she would find that the culture and climate is horrible based on the dictator leadership of McCall.
Well, and then there's things like strength and accountability systems and communication strategies. I mean, we have a real problem with communication in the district. People don't want to answer emails. Authority figures don't want, they say received. And then that's all you get is the word received.
Exactly.
When you send questions. So this woman would have to be a miracle worker to get through some of this.
Yes. Third thing in the contract she signed up to work through is recommend trainings, workshops, topics of discussions. And again, you know, I guess they're going to build these cohesive teams where everybody's, you know, working together and pulling on the same rope and, you know, do all these things. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but that's what she signed up to do. So let's look at, so that's kind of the outline of what they hired this firm to do. Let's look at page 2. So page 2 is a fee structure, just real quick, and we're going to get into this more, but fees range from different categories. So for instance, $250 per hour for a level 1 meeting, virtual one-on-one coaching meetings, leadership team meetings, and small groups. $350 an hour level 2, again, virtual data analysis meetings, so on and so forth, strategy planning meetings, that kind of stuff.
Ray, look at the last one. $500 per hour.
Yeah.
Isn't that twice what the lawyer charges?
Yeah, about that. Deliverables, you know, data reports, survey creations, research findings, curriculum programs. It's all this, you know, consultant stuff.
Right.
In-person services are available. They have to pay mileage and accommodations, and those are billed separately in addition to the hourly rate. So why don't we look, well, let's go to the next page and see if there's anything else we want to look at, Kevin, here. Nothing there. It's just legal stuff, insurance, you know. Last page, who signed off on it?
Well, we get Marius Mark Jackson, the board president, and Curtis McCall Jr.
Yep, those are the two that seem to sign off on most things. So that's the contract. What do you say we look at some of the bills, invoices that the consulting firm sent to the district?
Okay.
You want to do that?
Mhm.
All right, let's take a look at that. Kevin, can you pull those up? All right. So when you look at this, Wendy, this consulting firm started sometime in April of 24, and they are still working for the district. The information we have goes from April of 24 through September of 25. And the billing cycle that this consultant bills on is a 2-week cycle. So why don't we just go through some of these bills, kind of highlight some of the things on the bill just so people can see what the district is being charged for this consulting firm.
Okay. So this is from 8/18 to 8/29.
Okay. 2-week
And
period.
2-week period. And looks like 8 hours at about $250 an hour is the first thing that they billed for. And then another 2 hours at $350 an hour. And 8 hours at $500 an hour.
Yeah, so those are the level meetings. So
Mhm.
you know, level 1 meetings, 8 of them, level 2 meetings, 2 of them, and level 3 meetings, 8 of them. So total of
$6,750 for that 2-week period.
so that was for that 2-week period. So let's go to the next one. Next one, 8/18 to 8/29. And I would point out that Curtis McCall approves all of these. Level 1 meetings 8, level 2 meetings 2, level 3 meetings 8, 6750. Is that the same one we just
I think
looked
that
at?
was the same one.
Okay.
I wasn't sure.
All right. All right. How about this one?
Yeah, that
This
was
is a
different.
different one. 8/4 to 8/15, 3 level 1s, 6 level 2s, 18 level 1s, and 3 level 2s for a total of $13,150. So what do you say we just kind of scroll through this since the
Yeah,
people know
that's expensive though.
kind
right
of
off
the
the bat.
flavor of what these look like? So also in this is, so again, another one. This one's 16.3.
So $16,000 in 2 weeks.
As we talked about,
And our people are volunteering.
correct. Yeah. And you haven't had a raise.
No, you're right.
Yeah. As I said before too, if this consultant comes in, she gets paid expenses and travel. So $683 just to show up in person before any charges are made. And then there's maps that show, you know, that she actually drove. There's hotel fees. So another bill, July 7th through 18th, $8,100, $8,150. Another one, Wendy.
I mean, this is just ridiculous. I'm just like kind of taking it all in. I'm noticing that they're all signed at the top. CM approved. We all know that's Curtis McCall. So this one's 6/23 through the 4th of July. And she's got 6 meetings at $250, 12 at $350, and 6 at $500 to the tune of $8,700.
Right. Next one, 6/9 through 6/20, $3,750. There's more per diem and travel to the tune of almost $700.
So when she shows up though, did I hear that correctly? It's just to see her face is basically almost $700.
Yeah.
Okay.
For mileage and meals and to stay. Because I think she's from the Chicagoland area. I think that's what the company, the firm was from.
Okay.
Again, another one, May 26th through June 6th, $5,850.
This one's 5/12 through 5/23, $6,450.
Right. Curtis McCall approved 4/28 through 5/9, $5,500.
4/14 to 4/25, $2,750.
So they get the point. We're just going to scroll through these. We have them all. 8,500, 3,950. Another travel expense, $300 there. $3,000 in meetings. 4,400 in meetings. 3,750 in meetings. 2,750 in meetings. 3,500 in meetings.
Do you think our admin are sitting in on these meetings too?
Maybe 2,500 in meetings. 1,500 in meetings. 3,250, 3,250 in meetings. 1,750, 2,750. Let's just go to the end. I mean, people get the point. It's every 2 weeks. billed, the lowest I saw was 1,500. Highest was what, 15,000 or something like that.
It's ridiculous.
So,
but I do think spreading going along, because I feel like the Olsons are sitting home right now enjoying their new wings from their new air fryer.
Exactly. I hope they're good. I was hoping they were going to bring some by.
I know.
So, so I painstakingly went through these and totaled this 17-month total.
Okay.
You want to take a guess?
I'm gonna say $500,000.
No, you're high.
I'm high.
$173,859.
Really high.
Yeah, you're really high. Well, you're used to
you're
used to seeing those numbers so high, but that's a lot of money.
It is.
And
it's only been there a few months.
And I broke it down. So the 17 months, the average is about 11,500 per month. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So she's still working there. So there's add another 3 months on there. So we're over 200,000.
And she's
right now.
Been here a short time.
Right. In fees. What is going on here?
Nothing.
I thought we decided we weren't going to do anything for my birthday.
We didn't do anything for your birthday.
Well, that's a birthday cake.
Who said it was for you?
Well, so la-di-da.
I'm hoping the special little candle in the middle works. Nope.
All right, doesn't work. So, well, this non-birthday cake, I guess,
Uh-oh.
here's the non.
It was supposed to
birthday
have a
cake.
sparkler.
Kevin couldn't light it. Let me see the lighter, Kevin. I guess it doesn't work. If it was a birthday cake, it'd probably work. All right, we're not going to let it. We're done. Oh, there we go. There we go. We're going to set ablaze here. Here we go.
Okay, this actually isn't for Ray's birthday. This is to celebrate something even more special. After a year of trying, HR got something right.
Well, we should have a bigger cake because they get nothing right.
Yeah, this is really true.
Okay, their sparkler's done.
Yeah.
Since it's not a birthday cake, I'm going to hand it back to Kevin.
No.
It's got to stay here?
Yeah.
Okay. It's got to stay here. All right. We'll leave it here.
It's still kind of for your birthday, but it was just, we had to do something to mark this tremendous occasion. We didn't think we'd ever climb this mountain. I feel like this is like almost like getting another degree or something.
Okay. So then I guess it's that time.
What time is it?
Well, it's usually McCalling you out time.
Not, I'm calling you out this week.
Okay. What is it?
Well, this one's for another colleague at the board building. And I really feel like you should say it because I think you came up with the idea. But this one's for Dr. Bell.
Oh, so special segment. And we're going to switch it back between the two of them because there's so many things that.
So many.
Right. So this is your segment, Below the Belt.
I like it.
Yep. So you already kind of let the cat out of the bag. It's dealing with an HR pay issue that took about a year to get solved, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you give me just a little more details?
So last year when everybody got their pay increase, we were all given some percents and steps. One of our members noticed her paycheck was wrong. And it wasn't just a little wrong. She was supposed to get paid some extra days. They weren't there. She was on the wrong step, wrong salary schedule. Even she didn't understand how she was being paid. There was all kinds of problems. And so she contacted HR, I'm going to say in October. Didn't work out. She couldn't get a resolution. So I hear about it November 6th.
Okay. So the pay issue, though, is probably the most basic pay issue you can deal with. Every district deals with this issue. Each district has certified staff that work extra days in a calendar year. So your calendar year is 180 days. Teachers work 180 days in almost every district. Some, like social workers, things like that, they work in different titles, extra
We need
days.
to blow those out.
Okay. Oh, well, is it my birthday? Do I get to blow it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, there's going to be wax all over the cake.
All right. So very simple, very easy calculation to figure out extra days for, like for instance, 20 days, right?
Mhm.
So we happen to have a graphic for that. This is what every district uses. Every district in Illinois, if you need to figure out daily rate, very simple. $50,000 a year teacher divided by the 180 days gives you $277.78. You multiply that times the extra days. In this case, it's 20. And that gives you $5,555.56. You take the total salary of $50,000,
Right.
add the $5,500 into that. That is the person's new salary with the 20 days. So simple.
Ours was a little bit, because in our contract it had it spelled out, and it was one for us for a while. It was 190. But even
same
with
scenario.
that, it was the same scenario. It was spelled out in the contract language. I even started second guessing myself every time that Dr. Belt would tell us we were wrong, and I would go back to people like Leslie Harder, the president before me, to say, "Is this how you do daily rate?" She'd say, "Yes, this is how." I'm like, "Okay, that's what the contract says."
Right.
Right. But it was still, we couldn't get resolution.
So as we walk through this, and this is going to be a quick kind of thing, maybe, I want you to keep in mind that simple calculation,
Okay.
viewers out there. Okay. So this started last November of 24, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you gathered all of the emails that you went through to get this resolved. And we think it's resolved. We're not quite sure that it's
Sure.
completely resolved.
Right.
So we're not going to read all these emails, but we have the emails because the way we like to do it here, we bring documents and receipts for everything that we say. So
It's
here
also
you go.
really validating for me because I lived those emails.
Right.
Right.
So in order to get that very simple formula fixed for a person that took over a year to do, or right at a year, there was 108 emails that went back and forth to get it solved. 108 in a year's time frame. And I'm just going to go through some of these.
This is not counting texts.
No. And I just numbered the emails just to make it easy for viewers to see. So when you look at, we're up to 13, 16 through 32, there's a bunch and it jumbled them up kind of. A lot of these are between you, HR people, and the person. But at some point, there's some other people that get involved, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for instance, here on March 30th of 25, Katie Monroe got involved. She was the HR office manager at that point.
I think that's an old email from her. Okay. Because she tried to help this person's suspected problems even before she brought it.
Okay, gotcha. So here in, what's the date? March 24th of this year, Mitchell, Belt, and Curtis McCall Jr. got involved. That's the first time they got involved in March. Stephanie Belt's been involved the whole time, but the other two got involved in March.
Mm-hmm.
And what month is it? November.
Right. It started in November.
Right. But it's now November. It took them that long to fix
right.
it.
Mm-hmm.
So go through, we keep going through email after email, back and forth. We're up to 78.
They'd issue a letter and say, we're going to pay you this, and it would be wrong.
Right. How many meetings did you sit through on this?
So I remember 3 for sure.
Okay.
They were long. I brought Leslie Harder to one. We brought, I think Art Ryan. We tried to get him to come to one, and he weighed in when we were talking about, it's a separate issue, but the district has messed up our TRS reporting for all the teachers as well from the HR department. And we brought him to talk about that and had him weigh in on this.
Back in August when we were negotiating, we talked about this issue, and this email came from the district's attorney because we asked him to explain to the district how to calculate this simple formula. And he kind of laughed and put it in writing to us, and this is the exact same formula that I showed on the graphic. So fast forward to 108 emails in the first part of November, and we think we have it solved maybe until the paycheck happens, and it may not be solved, who knows. But for me, that department led by Stephanie Belt in this case and in a lot of other cases is completely incompetent. They make mistakes over and over again. This is unacceptable for a pay problem to go on for a year over a simple formula. And it just shows that the incompetence of everyone in that department.
The frustration for our employees, it's part of the toxic culture. If you can't trust your paycheck, if you can't get straight answers to things when your health is bad and you need maybe assistance with FMLA, for instance, they're not always forthcoming with an answer. You get a lot of received, and then you have to follow up. It's again a big source of frustration for our members and me.
Yeah, agreed. And this is just one of many issues that come out of that department. We just dealt with another one in a board hearing Monday, where they failed to give you evidence.
Yeah,
they failed to give you witness statements. They emailed you that was it. They kind of got Stephanie Belt kind of got a little salty in the email.
This matter is closed, she said when I asked for him.
And then in the board hearing, defending someone's job, you asked if there was any other evidence that they used.
Yeah.
No one said anything. They wouldn't even look at you.
No.
The attorney said, well, I guess there's no other evidence. And then you produced 3 witness statements, and they didn't know what to do with that.
It makes me wonder too, are there other cases that I'm representing somebody who deserves a fair shot and they're not necessarily turning over evidence? I just happened to find it in that case. So that makes me question, does that happen other times?
Yeah. So, for me, best case scenario, looking at not providing evidence like that, they're incompetent. Worst case scenario, they're liars. Either or. Yes. Or it could be both.
Or both.
All right. Well, that is your below the belt.
I kind of miss them calling out. We might have to do 2.
Yeah, we have to add a double segment in there.
No, that was good. I like the below the belt though.
Yeah.
All right. So should we go back to our consultants that we were talking about for our main show? Oh goodness. Forgot. Happy birthday. I'm missing my cue.
Like, are you really not going to tell me you bring a cake out?
I
You're
bring
not
a
going to tell me
cake.
happy birthday?
So yes, it is really Ray's very happy birthday.
Right.
And so I totally blew that. Sorry. Look at the picture though. That's him. Where are you at in that picture?
That is in Florida at the Lee Health Stadium where the Twins do spring training.
And you just came back from there.
I just came back from a baseball trip in Florida. Yeah.
It sucked for us to have you gone for a whole week.
I know it was kind of weird being gone for a week and not talking to you guys every day and dealing with the day-to-day issues, but it was kind of nice to get away. And
you needed a break from Cahokia.
But now I'm back in full swing, so we're gonna keep doing what we're doing. Thank you. All right. So back to
now back to the consultants.
Back to the consultants, consulting the cure. Back to our main segment.
Mm-hmm.
So they spent a couple $100,000 dealing with attendance, right? That's one of the main things they're trying to deal with. They created these attendance teams. But in your district, you have a lot of titles that deal with attendance, right?
A tremendous amount. Departments that deal with attendance.
Yeah, departments. I think even there's titles that even have the word attendance in them. So I put a little spreadsheet together for us to look at and go through, and you're probably going to have to get yours out here because it's very small.
Okay.
And I apologize to the viewers in trying to see it, but I'm going to add that now. Kevin, you want to get it as large as we can on there? Okay. So what I did is I looked through all of the employee lists to try and add anyone that potentially could deal with attendance. Okay. Now there's some titles that maybe, I don't know, like I threw, let's see. I threw Carmen Bonds on here. She's the Director of Principal Leadership and Accountability. But she could certainly, I mean, that's usually a superintendent's job to deal with principals, right? She can certainly deal with attendance. So there's like one or two on here that I thought, maybe that would fit or not. But let's go through this list a little bit. Kevin Wiggins, he's the Attendance and Parent Director, deals directly with attendance, $100,000 a year.
Right. And can I interrupt for just a second? This is last
This is your
year's.
show.
Well, I'm going to be polite. This is last year's because some of the people, the titles and
Agreed.
names have changed. So when people hear them, they may go, that person doesn't work there anymore.
We don't have current data.
This is last year.
So this is last year. And what we tried to do is include all the attendance people. You're also going to see a column here that says Title 25, 26 change. So some of these people, for instance, Donald Darian Donald was an attendance officer, and he switched to an attendance ambassador this year. But these are also last year's salaries.
Well, and I believe in August, they switched. Everybody who used to be restorative justice became attendance.
Yeah. So for instance, Kevin Wiggins, attendance and parent director. His title has attendance in it.
It does.
$100K a year.
Then you have John Clay, attendance officer.
Yep. A bunch of attendance officers. A lot of them have been switched to attendance ambassadors. You have Director of Family Support Services, Drake Jackson. I mean, that could handle attendance, right?
It sounds like it could too.
Yeah.
And we don't know for sure.
Right.
Some of these.
Yeah, some of these are made up titles that no other district has. I mean, that's the bottom line. They're McCall people. He makes these titles up and gives them a job. It's patronage positions, basically.
But I mean, there's a lot of people, just many, that their whole job is truancy. So we have people in the district that we're paying salaries. It looks like a lot of them are, high 30s to high 40s salaries.
Yep. All the restorative justice people have been, or most of them have been switched to attendance ambassadors. So you got a bunch of those. And I'll say these are all non-union positions as well. You have attendance and the retention coordinator, Minnie Taylor.
Now that name has come up quite a bit lately. That people online are saying that is Dr. Belt's mother.
Oh, Dr. Belt's mother. Huh, interesting. Okay.
I've never met her.
I never have either, but she has something to do with attendance.
Well, and there's two twin sisters that were hired in the district at the same board meeting, and I always get them confused because their names are so similar. But this one says Bernita Mattery Lister, and she's an administrator over data, equity, and student achievement.
Okay.
That could be.
Student
deal
attendance is data.
I would think so too.
Yeah. So the point of this is there's 40 people listed here that have something to do with attendance. There's also 4 positions that are to be determined that aren't filled yet. Okay. Those are attendance ambassadors at Maplewood. HF, what's HF?
Huffman.
Oh, okay. Well, they have Huffman listed as Huffman and HF. So again, and then ESAC. So when you look at these 40 positions, last year, these 40 positions that had something to do with attendance were paid over $2 million.
Wow.
So my question, the big question I have is, you already have over 40 people doing something with attendance paid at the rate of a little over $2 million, but we need to hire a consultant to deal with attendance, right?
Right.
And pay that person another $200,000.
You could get rid of some of the stuff we have if they're not doing it the way that you like. You could go a different direction, but we have also, again, all these assistant superintendents and people too, aside from this.
Right.
And now you have to bring in somebody else.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of crazy.
And we think that she's probably going to be with us for a while. So her salary is just going to keep going up. And yet we can't afford to pay any kind of a raise to our members who, many of them can't come to our events because they work second jobs. We have a lot of people in the district that what they earn does not pay the bills. And so
Agreed.
our paraprofessionals are not being paid a living wage. Our bus monitors are not being paid a living wage. And I could go on.
It's minimum wage. Yeah, for sure. And meanwhile, he, McCall is creating positions and overpaying people that aren't qualified for positions. And it's just a way to stay in power. That's basically what it is. Well, I think that wraps up our consulting the cure piece. So what do you say we talk about what we have coming up?
Sure. So the next thing that we want, and we want community there. We want any supporters out there. Our families are invited. We want everybody to go to the board meeting. Of course, all of our union members, we want them there.
Right.
That's
for sure.
December 8th, and it's at 6:30. And did it seem like that they stalled around a long time at this board meeting, maybe to not have us want to come back?
Yeah, it seemed like it. I mean, having the board meeting at that school is also problematic. The fact that you don't allow us to park in the Circle Drive is a problem. But we're parking in the neighborhood. Yeah, that's fine.
We made it work.
Yep.
So December 8th, 6:30.
Okay. Our next episode is when?
November the 19th.
And we're going to discuss, what's the title?
The Chosen One.
Huh.
Episode 8.
The Chosen One. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be a good one.
I like that title.
Yeah, that's a good one. What can people do to help us, Wendy?
We really, really, really want people to make comments on the podcast. Like it, share it, invite your friends to watch it, have watch parties, anything like that to make it bigger. Same way with social media.
Yep.
I know we say that every time, but it really keeps our story out there and allows us to tell our story. Sometimes news reporters don't do a good job, do they?
They do not, because they don't do their investigative work like they should.
That's right.
All right. So pretty much covered it. What you want to wrap this thing up?
Yeah.
All right. So let's take a shot at parting thoughts here, I guess.
So the day of the board meeting for me, my parting thought is going to be about a former student. You got to meet him briefly, and I was teaching my class. It's a busy day. We're going to have a membership meeting. We're going to have, people speaking at the board meeting that evening. And I look up and there's this smiling man now.
Right. Yeah. He's a man. He's a grown man.
He's a grown man in my classroom. And he didn't come just to see me. He came to see all of his teachers. But his name is Sean Smith, and he graduated, I think he said 2018. He hasn't really been out of school all that long.
Mm-hmm.
But he looked great. He's exactly like I remember him, except that he's grown up now.
Yeah.
He's a union carpenter, and
that's awesome. Yeah.
He knew about our plight, which was really kind of cool. So we talked just for a few minutes, and then he went to go see his other teachers. But the part that was special, when we got to the board meeting that night, he's sitting in the audience.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
So after being around all of us, and I guess reconnecting a little bit, he decided he wanted to see for himself what was going on. And the next day he posted a pretty long piece on Facebook, urging other graduates to come out. And he just talked about how teachers every day come to school for students, and they shape students, and they help us become who we're supposed to be. And he's like, of course I was there. And he also, I'm really proud, because I'm like, as an English teacher, you teach your students to be able to read between the lines.
Right.
Okay, what's directly said and what's implied. And he felt that the teachers were pouring their heart out during their comments, pleading their case. And the Mr. McCall was eating.
Yeah.
And
I saw that.
And then he felt really like the board disrespected us. But I couldn't be more proud of him for wanting to help and get involved and taking it upon himself to do that. So that was really positive.
Yeah, I talked to him for a few minutes. It seems like a really, and I say kid at this stage in my life, right?
No, he's a man.
Yeah, he's a man. Seemed like great. I mean, he was there supporting, and it's pretty cool that he was, your student. So All right, so I didn't really plan anything to talk about. Usually I kind of jot a few notes down, but I guess I'm gonna kind of say a couple of things around what this consultant was hired to do. I can save the district a lot of money by giving McCall some advice on how to fix climate and culture. One is treat your people like human beings. Respect your people. Stop acting like a dictator. Stop punishing people for using benefits that we bargain, i.e. sick leave and personal days. Treat people with dignity and respect, and then climate and culture will turn around. Your climate and culture is in the tank because you treat people like they're garbage. You treat people like they're less than human. And I, give me a couple $100,000 and I'll fix climate and culture. I mean, I could do that really quick.
Yes.
But it would involve getting rid of him.
You're probably helping it right now. Just saying that.
Yeah. So, that's a quick way to change climate and culture. Treat people like human beings that they are and give them a contract. Stop the nonsense. But, we're going to go through this and we're going to keep fighting and we're going to do what we have to do. So that's kind of all I got, I guess, other than Superintendent McCall, we're going to keep coming and coming until we get what we need, till we get a fair contract, and buckle up, Junior, because we're not going to stop.